Opposition leader Sajith Premadasa made these comments in Minuwangoda recently.
At this very moment, the lives of our citizens have been completely devastated. This government has failed to uphold the rule of law in the country. What we are witnessing today is a jungle law. Drug traffickers, robbers, underworld figures, murderers and killers have taken over society. There are shootings in broad daylight. People are being killed in broad daylight. This government has failed to prevent the rise of this culture of violence. More and more doors are being opened for these criminal gangs to implement murderous policies.
General Secretary of the Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna made a statement regarding organised crime and narcotics during the Rajapaksa administration.
Between 2005 and 2015, under President Mahinda Rajapaksa's leadership, we witnessed a period of intense efforts to combat organized crime and drug trafficking in this country. It was during that time that many underworld leaders and drug traffickers fled the country, seeking refuge abroad, while continuing to operate their networks from overseas. By 2015, organized crime had been significantly suppressed. However, under the government that held office from 2015 to 2019, we saw a resurgence of these criminal elements. That resurgence was once again curtailed following the return of President Gotabaya Rajapaksa in 2019 and subsequently under President Ranil Wickremesinghe's tenure, efforts to combat organized crime and narcotics resumed. What appears evident now is that President Anurukumara is attempting to manufacture a new crisis in the country, one that he himself can resolve and thereby position himself as a hero. We are left questioning whether a previously non-existent drug epidemic is now being created by allowing large quantities of narcotics into the country. These are statements made by two members of the opposition in our country. But shall we take a look at a few recent incidents? On the 30th of last month, the country launched a national operation to free the nation and its future generations from the threat of narcotics. Immediately afterward, the leader of the opposition, along with a group of opposition MPs, met with the Speaker to request security. The Inspector General of Police was also summoned for the meeting. The opposition claimed that they required protection following the shooting and assassination of Lasantha Wickremasekara, chairman of the Waligama Pradeshiya Sabha. Lasantha Wickremasekara was widely known as Midigama Lasa. He had been accused of involvement in the murder of organized criminal Amila Prasanga Hetiheva, also known as Sunshine Sudha, as well as in numerous robberies and other crimes. The main suspect in the Sunshine Sudha murder case was a person known as Tinkering Lasantha. In 2021, Lasantha was killed in a police shooting during a weapons search operation. That incident marked the end of the unravelling of the Sunshine Sudha murder case. Currently, those who carried out and assisted in the assassination of Lasantha Wickremasekara, alias Midigama Lasa, have been apprehended. Police have identified the mastermind behind the crime as an individual known as Midigama Ruwan. Furthermore, prior to becoming the chairman of the Waligama Pradeshiya Sabha, Lasantha Wickremasekara had a registered number at the Government Criminal Records Bureau, as revealed in Parliament by the Minister of Public Security. Next, we turn to the case of Aruna Vidanagamake, also known as Miga Sare Kajja. Kajja was shot dead and killed on the 18th of February this year. Two young children also lost their lives in this tragic incident. Criminal charges had been filed against Bako Saman and Thambili Lahiru, who were arrested in Indonesia. Before his assassination, Miga Sare Kajja had revealed numerous connections between crime and politics on a YouTube channel. He had spoken about the deaths of rugby player Wasim Tajuddin and Chandimalli from Hambantota. Following Kajja's death, his wife recently made further revelations. She claimed that CCTV footage from the day of Tajuddin's murder showed Kajja among a group of individuals pursuing Tajuddin. Another serious revelation was that the firearm used in the murder of Kajja and the two children had been provided by Sampath Manamperi, a former local council candidate of the Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna. Sampath Manamperi and his brother P.L. Manamperi are both active political figures affiliated with the Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna. After the discovery of an ice narcotic container in Middeniya, the party stated that the two brothers had since been removed from its ranks. However, Sampath Manamperi had previously served as a security officer to former President Mahinda Rajapaksa. During that time, he had faced multiple allegations of abduction and murder. One such incident involved the abduction and extortion-related killing of prominent businessman Sri Skandaraja, owner of Kala Traders. Sampath Manamperi's name was also mentioned in connection with the assassination of former Member of Parliament Nadaraja Raviraj. These cases highlight several links between individuals accused of organized crime and political affiliations. More information has already come to light and continues to emerge. The opposition's request for security and its claim that the government is not taking sufficient action to combat drug trafficking and organized crime must be understood within this broader context.